Alrighty, what's up? Man, I have no energy today. um, so so beginning of 2023, we're doing more album reviews and things, more albums that we love. And I've been sick, so we haven't been able to do them for a little while. So even though this is my pick today, I wish I could express all of the excitement that I would normally do. But this is a very excellent album. It's very strong. It's very freaking melodic. I freaking love this album. So the album we're gonna do today, and then I'll just let you guys talk about it as well. It's by a band called Hearts of Black Science. The album is called Signal. It came out in 2015, and I remember at the time I was a member of this music site, Rate You Music, and I was like, I'm gonna just listen to everything from 2015. At this time, I was just like, I didn't realize how many freaking 2015 albums there were. But I would like, I found so many random artists on that site, and even artists that like nobody really talked about, and I was like, I'm going for it. I'm going to like listen to that and just try it out. So I did that with a number of artists, and I came across this album. And from there on, I was just like, I was blown away. I was just like, man, this music's so good. It's very melodic, very spacious. It was just it. This is like one of my favorite albums of all time now because of ever since that day. I've listened to this album constantly. And especially from that time till about 2018, 2019, I still listen to it constantly. So I'm gonna just let you guys talk about maybe. Well, I guess for me, one reason why this is such a consequential album for me is me and Kevin listened to some synth pop and stuff, but it was only stuff from the 80s. We had no idea that there was like this underground movement of synth pop. Like people were still doing things with it. So this kind of opened my eyes that this genre has evolved since the 80s and people have done so much more to it. And synth pop as a genre can still be engaging and interesting in different ways. And this album kind of blends synth pop with like maybe a little shoegaze, dream pop, like kind of all these kind of genres, maybe even like ambient a little bit of ambient stuff thrown in there. And it's just a phenomenal record. And because of it, I started finding other albums from other bands, that were also underground synth pop acts at the time.
Right.
So, anyways, just a very consequential album for me. And yeah, Kevin, do you want to go next? Kind of share some of your thoughts on this?
Sometime after 2015, you shared this album with me. I don't think this album really clicked for me at first. I was just kind of like, yeah, it sounds pretty cool. And I think that, you and I, we got into like Aha, Ultravox, a lot of the 80s stuff, 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And this stuff here, it didn't sound exactly like the 80s stuff because it was very spacious. I felt like the closest thing that I can compare it to would be like 80s synth pop and then like Amethystium or something like that. Some of that new age, even like some of the Celtic stuff. You know what I mean? And it felt like a blend of that stuff or whatever. What's that one? Enigma. I felt like there's like kind of Enigma. And so it was something that was kind of interesting, but track 4 is the one that made me be like, oh man, this is awesome, so I liked that song first, and then slowly the other songs started growing on me. I don't love this album the way that you love it, but I've listened to it probably a good 10 times or something. Like, I'm pretty familiar with it. And let's be honest, like half of those times was Ian playing them around me, but like I have spun this album like on my own. I have listened to it on my drive and whatnot, just to kind of get more into it. And so yeah, I think this is a solid pick. I think this is a solid pick. So it'll be nice to go through. But yeah, I'm just here along for the ride. So
what about you, Jeff? What are kind of your thoughts with them? Or
I'm really not that familiar with them, but I do remember when I was living in Reno and you came to visit me. I remember you showing me a music video of these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was Protector. They're like in this abandoned like
like
nuclear plant.
There's like
something.
a table with like freaking scientist beakers on it or some crap or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember you showing me that. We did do a battle with them in another band, Universal Pop Lab.
Yeah,
there's
right.
That.
We did that a couple years ago. Yeah.
There's that, and I'm not super familiar. I even like I tried throwing them on at work the other day, but it was a little too slow. I feel like I need something to amp me up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right.
But like I don't know. I'm interested to see just what my thoughts are and just
Yeah.
kind of even just like reading the lyrics. I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure what I'm in for, but I'm ready.
I'm
ready.
I have a feeling you're gonna recognize a lot more than you think you will because I think a good number of these on those synth pop mixes.
Okay,
and stuff.
then yeah.
So I think
yeah,
you'll
okay.
recognize a little more than you think.
It'll all start coming back.
Yeah, and you'll be like, oh, I remember this.
All
Yeah, this is the album. I kind of wanted to show at least like the viewers or whatever because this is like the deluxe kind of like signed version of it. They released a copy of it that has like a bonus disc with bonus tracks, and I don't remember how many copies of it. I guess it was 200 copies. So this is copy number 130. So this is like a little bonus disc. It's kind of cool, you know. Like it's just, you know, a little, I guess, swag looking. You know, be like, oh man, you know, the 130th copy, man.
Put that on
but,
a chain hanging around your neck.
Yeah, put that on. People be like confused, like, okay. But it's just kind of cool, and it's an album that I value not just because there's 200 of these copies, but because it's such a freaking like awesome album for me, and I've heard it so many times. Like there's more of an emotional connection to the music and stuff. But another thing I did want to say too was like I guess they record. There's two members of the band. And I guess they record their stuff like in like an abandoned like power plant or something like that, you know. And that's where they shot like their like music video and stuff. And
They actually recorded?
I think so.
Okay,
I think they. I read somewhere that they like converted like some kind of like abandoned like old school '80s little plant place into like a recording place or something. I could be wrong, but I just thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Adds to the mystique of the band, I guess, you know. And I guess the two members is Daniel Angid and Thomas Almgren. I don't know how to pronounce those exactly correct, but I think Thomas does a lot of the electronic kind of stuff, and then I think Daniel does the vocals and guitars and stuff. So, anyways, I think they make some awesome music. I'm excited to do this album, and it's cool to finally start another video,
another round of
another
picks.
round of
Yeah, 'cause
picks.
we had the Q&A for metal stuff, and then we had Les Miserables. So it's been probably about a month since the last,
while,
like,
yeah.
since we did.
Just like
What was
Christmas
the last?
and
Yeah, what was your last pick? Oh yeah, it was the
An All
Anathrag.
Nathrak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was like about a month ago.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. So
I couldn't find these lyrics online, so I just typed them up here. So we're reading them here. So hopefully, I don't know. I hope whoever's watching this, I hope they're able to get the lyrics somehow. You guys ready for this?
yeah, let's
go.
do it.
Alrighty. So here's the opener for Signal. The song's called Faces.
Like when the guitar comes in and stuff.
I just like the spaciness. Yeah, it's just cool.
See, the guitar stuff doesn't sound like synth pop.
Yeah, I mean, it has some synth pop elements, but it also has some rock elements combined. You know, so it's like a little bit of shoegaze, a little bit of synth pop, and a little bit of kind of just ambient dream pop, kind of all blended together.
kind of dark.
Yeah, kind of. I know, dude. Like going through the lyrics and the sound, I was just like thinking all this crap in my mind. I was like, whoa.
Oh, Heart to Black Science.
Darker than you guys thought, huh?
Pretty dark. Pretty dark.
That is another thing too. Like I think in an interview they said that their name is like they wanted to have like mixed dark with light or whatever. So their music is usually like catchy, poppy, but then their lyrics are usually kind of dark and stuff, you know. So I always like when bands have like a certain dichotomy of like light and dark and stuff. Like Dark Tranquillity is kind of another similar kind of band where they've got the heavy with like the somber or the sweet kind of melodies or pianos or, you know, keys and stuff. Like I love when bands can kind of contrast a heavy and a light thing or a dark and a light thing together.
Symphony X is like that. That's why they have the two masks. You know, they've got the red angry mask, and then they've got the purple crying mask and stuff, and the light and dark. Like
another band like that.
Tell me what's another band like that.
Yeah, well, Heart to Black Science. No,
well, it is cool that bands like they delve into the light and the dark, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So
and
just being fudging brutal all the time.
yeah,
I still love that crap too.
because sometimes you don't want you want your music to, it adds a little complexity sometimes. Like if it's all dark or if it's all light, I don't know. It just I mean it can still be good sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sometimes it's good to have like a little bit of like both. It makes
Complement each other.
Yeah, complement each other. A bit more complicated emotions that you're getting from the song, you know, because you're like, this is making me so happy, but it's like about something brutal, you know. Like it just kind of like makes things a little bit more interesting musically, and you know.
Yeah. So what do you give this song?
For this song, I'm giving it a 10. I love this opener, and one reason why I really love it is I like the chorus a lot. The dude's voice, in this song reminds me of the Tears for Fears guy, you know?
Yeah.
Like it sounds similar to that one. I'm not sure which one, you know, like
right.
but you know, one of those two guys, he sounds like them. And I noticed that he changes his voice quite a bit on like different songs and different bands and stuff, you know? And I think that's pretty cool. But I love how it takes like a minute for the song to kind of get going. They're kind of like letting the song build, like kind of pacing it. Like it's not like so fast to just get over with the song already. There's something like every time I put on this album and I hear that first minute of just the instruments playing, it's like this great introduction to the album, you know, and I really like that. And they do that a lot with their sound where they'll do something musically first before they do it lyrically later, you know, like a melody or something will be done by keyboards and it's supposed to be done through the chorus, but they don't bring in the chorus yet. They're kind of hinting at things to come.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, foreshadowing and stuff. And I really appreciate that. I like the lyrics a lot too. I love that part where it's like, everything you want keeps on dying. It
Is that when he goes high a bit?
Yeah, every time he says everything you want, like, yeah, he goes high on that part, but in the very last chorus he says everything you want
Keeps on
and he's
dying.
like keeps on dying, and it's just, oh man, I freaking love it, dude. It's just so
Every
cool.
single moment fades away.
I know, it's just like,
And then they got those like angelic sort of backing kind of little vocals going and stuff. Like, it's a really cool song. I love the atmosphere of it. Very atmospheric and stuff. So I'll let you share.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9.5. It is close to Masterpiece for me because I do agree that intro going in, I feel like it's a little bit misleading, but it's not misleading. But like I've got like two trains of thought. Like every time I would hear this, I would be like, oh, interesting. But then like as the album goes on, it's this band, it seems like they really like to take their time. You know what I mean? They're not quick to jump, you know, not for that quick whatever. It's pretty full. I do like the backing synth, the backing vocals. Like they do a great job with that atmosphere. And so it's just kind of like, I think this song does a great job of being like atmospheric, but not distracting and not like losing me. Because I have a hard time with post-rock, hard time with certain bands where it's so atmospheric or whatever.
Not enough meat.
Yeah, not enough meat. And I feel like there's some songs on this album in particular, where there's not enough meat for me, but this song has enough meat for me. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's a great blend. And so, yeah, I'll give it a 9.5. I like that song.
Yeah.
It's just because I'm going last, but I don't like. Is this what we're in for? Kind of like this surreal, dreamlike trippiness, like throughout the whole thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I was digging it, and I feel like this is definitely one of those albums to like, I don't know, just kind of be by yourself in a dark room and listen to.
Yeah.
Kind of one of those vibes going.
Very moody.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with a 9. I did enjoy the song and some of the lyrics. They're just freaking brutal, dude. Hide behind faces, keep smiling. It's just freaking.
Yeah. That's the thing when he says like keep on smiling. Like there's almost like a sinister tone to it. Like it's not like let's
Just
try to smile
buddy.
through it. You know, it's almost like more like you're stuck smiling, but everything's wrong though. This is like a face that you put on or something. I don't know.
Mask.
Yeah. Kind of cool. Their first album was freaking awesome. I love their first album, The Ghost You Left Behind. And that one was much more like moody. Like the songs weren't as like upbeat. It was more subdued and whatnot. And then their second album was more kind of electronic-y, a little bit more like, I don't know if poppy's the right word, but one is like dark and the other one's kind of more flashy in a way in some ways. Like it's just, it's really different. And then this one's like altogether really different. Like this one's more spacey and more like lush and more grand kind of. So it's interesting that all three of their albums, whatever mood I'm into, like I can listen to any one of their albums, you know.
And I'm not as familiar with their other albums. Like this is the one that I'm most familiar with, so I haven't really branched out to the other ones. But
yeah,
we
might do them sometime, you know, if we're still doing this.
Yeah, buddy.
You know, cool. You guys ready for Protector?
Yeah.
Here is Protector. I love the sounds on this song. There's a lot of cool little effects and stuff. Like right here, like this is the chorus, but you're not singing yet, you know? Yeah, it's just cool. Yeah. That sounds so good.
Yeah, great background.
Yeah. Sounds like some feedback or something, yeah. His voice is like carrying on while he's like talk singing, you know, like I love, yeah, so Fudge amazing.
A little 1-2 punch action, huh?
Yeah, dude, it's like a 1-6 punch.
1-2 punch.
Yeah. It was your turn, Kevin.
Man, I'll give it a 9.5. I don't. It's weird because part of me likes that song more than track 1, but it has more of those like awesome moments, you know.
Yeah.
But track 1 is more brooding, more like it's track 1 is much more silent with its strength. Track 2 is a little more upfront and everything.
Yeah.
But like, so I think I like them about the same. But like, yeah, like sometimes spoken word sections like are not all that cool. But I like this spoken word, you know, from you know, those of you out there, you know, Never Ending Story, you know, when he's talking to the wolf and stuff.
Yeah. We grew up watching that movie, so yeah.
So it's kind of cool. Like, has the power, and then it goes right back into the chorus. Groundswell. It's like, yeah, that's
sometimes a good spoken word part could really like hammer home a chorus at the end or something, and you're just like, yeah, you know.
It fits. It's not like distracting at all. Like these guys, like they've got a lot like better lyrics than I thought they would. Because I think this is the first time I'm going through it with lyrics. I didn't really know what all their lyrics. I've read some lyrics. I think maybe you've shown me some lyrics and stuff.
But I mean, over the years, like
over the years, I just so it's kind of like it's kind of new, and there's certain. I like that line where he says farewell to the self. You know. Yeah. They're very like it seems like the lyrics are very like
a safety net of concrete.
Yeah. Love formed concrete.
They're very introspective kind of lyrics and stuff. Like
I feel like sometimes the lyrics are cryptic, but I feel like you could kind of derive a lot of meaning out of cryptic lyrics. Like Dark Tranquillity again, you know, like some of their lyrics will be like, especially from the late '90s, like early 2000s period work. Their lyrics could be like very, cryptic, but you derive more meaning as you listen to it.
Because sometimes it's nice not being told what to think when it's just, you hear this and it can just be up to any interpretation or anything that's inside of you, and it's just, I don't know. I enjoy lyrics like that. Yeah. Sometimes it gets ridiculous, but for the most part, I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am one. Who am I? No character to be lost inside. You know.
As you can see, we like a lot of bands.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Chad, on this one?
It's kind of unsettling and spooky, and then the chorus is all pretty, and I was digging the lyrics. I think there's gonna be a lot of high scores for me. I'm gonna go with man. Did I like that one better than the first one? Let's go with a 9. I think they're about the same. I've enjoyed both.
Yeah, both pretty dope.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I give it a 10. I love the vocals in it. I like the little effects, you know, like there's that part where he says like, what did he say? He's like,
madness in the cosmic ritual, and then goes
friendly.
To music.
He's like, that's okay. Friendly as shadows hold me near, and then you hear this like sound, and it almost sucks the air out of the room, you know, before the music comes back in, you know. And I think that they have these like stylistic choices that they make to sort of like emphasize a word or emphasize a moment that I think is just really cool. And I also love, it's important, and I like how it's got kind of this cadence, this sort of marching quality to it. It's like this slow sort of like, you know, you know.
Pulsating.
What's interesting is one of my friends on Rate Your Music, he said that when he went through this album, like I shared this album with him, and when he went through this album, he's like, man, Protector's really standing out a lot, you know? And I think that Protector does stand out in a certain way because it does have like a certain, it's like their single from the album practically, you know? Like it's, they made the music video for it, but it has this like driving beat that is just very like powerful sounding, you know? And
that do kind of reminds me of something that Ultravox does like a lot, you know. You know, like Dancing with Tears in My Eyes starts out just you know. And
it sounds like that, but then they took it and made it more cosmic and more powerful sounding and more, you know, And I love in the chorus where he's just like this, you know, the singer, he's just like, you know, groundswell, river red springs forth from your mouth, farewell to the self. And then the backing vocals are, it's probably the same guy, you know, like whatever. But then he's just like, farewell to the self.
Yeah.
You know, and it just that whole background, it just, it makes the song so.
Should I make it a 10?
It makes it so anthemic.
I hardly ever change my scores.
I would be happy with that.
I'm always like, You know,
This
like
is it.
this
I'm sticking to it. This is what I fucking
This is
said.
what I said. That's very, you know, I'm very, you know, but you know,
it's got never
maybe-
ending story on there, Kevin.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll give it a 10. I think maybe I do like it a little more than track one. And I gotta listen. I mean, I know what you're talking about, the backing vocals and stuff, but I like Protector. I think this is a cool song.
It
you
is
know.
pretty dope.
I feel like it's got more replayability than track one does, you know. But one is a fantastic opener.
Yeah.
Like it's designed to be that opener and get
Yeah,
you know.
get
So
you
I'm
going.
like,
this is a great 1-2 punch. you know?
right. So
Yeah. Should we move on to Until Morning?
Yeah.
to the south.
I know, dude. It's so
Farewell to
freaking
the
good.
Self.
Farewell to the Self. Yeah, this song is freaking beautiful. Like,
Opens.
dude, so many freaking tens. Here we go, guys. Here is Until Morning. I love the way the keyboard has its own harmony and the guitar is complemented with its own harmony. Like, back and forth, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, because that's some bass right there.
Yeah, the bass there. This song is the most like ending of an 80s movie or ending of an 80s TV show kind of song. It's at nighttime, they're happy, you know.
Everything worked out.
Yeah, everything worked out, you know. Stop the alien invasion, you know.
Like the werewolves are back.
Yeah, yeah. It's beautiful. This track.
I do like those guitar instruments and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
The echoey guitar is awesome. I don't know why I love that line, but I'm just not too far.
Solo section.
Very much. Damn, that song is beautiful.
Yeah, the lyrics are really standing out, you know?
Yeah. I'm glad they are standing out because I love the lyrics in this album. Like
Right.
I have a huge, like I already mentioned, I've got a huge emotional connection to this Fudging album, and it's just, you know, it's tied with a lot of good, but also a lot of bad memories, and it's just, I don't know, I love.
So
this
tell us
freaking album.
about the bad
The
news.
bad.
You know, not some good ones.
Give us some dirt.
I mean, you
All
can
right.
share the good ones right now. Hey, Chad. So
This
yeah,
is your turn.
Yeah, it was still pretty good, but I feel like I like the first two better.
Ah.
Okay, jeez. Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know, the driving beat, some of the guitar stuff. There's a long chorus. Like I said, I don't have a lot to say, but I think I'm gonna go with a 7.5 on that one. Still really good,
But not that good.
yeah.
This one, I agree. I think this one's weaker than the first two for me, but I'll share my thoughts after the game.
Dang, I'm surprised. I actually think this song's better than the first two.
Really?
Yeah, I
What?
fudging love this song. His
Wow.
voice sounds like very ghostly and whatnot, and there's something very calming about the song, and really beautiful. Like the lyrics and stuff sound like giving up, like regrets or something, or moving on, or like finally, like I don't know, arriving somewhere. Like I don't know. It's just like. I don't know. There's just something optimistic about it, and I think it's really beautiful. And I love the, like, with the whole guitar, the keyboards and the guitars doing like lead melodies at different parts and stuff are really cool. And the way his voice is just like, when I close my eyes, it's like this layered kind of sounding voice. There's something, I see you. Like, man, I just think this song is fudging beautiful. I was getting like a little teary eyed listening to it. Like, this song and track one have both kind of given me chills so far. And I don't know, I just there's something special about this album. And I think maybe the music that they make just taps a certain like sound thing in me, or a certain thing that I just really enjoy. So
Also, this album hit hard at a particular time in your
Yeah.
life, so you're pretty biased.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it is really good. I like the attention to detail that these guys put towards it.
Yeah.
Did you want to add more, or do you
No,
want me
I
to-
just give it 10.
I'll give it a
it's
9.
So beautiful.
I do like the first two more than this one, because this one, when I'm doing my thing or whatever, this one tends to sort of like play, and it doesn't like grip me the way that the first two do. I still thought the lyrics were fantastic. I like when like synth bands use like real instruments and whatnot.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like completely against everything done on electronics, but like it is kind of nice to hear. I like both, I guess. You know what I mean? And yeah, I play the drums and stuff, but like there's just it's cool to hear like that
The
attention to
guitars and
detail.
stuff.
Yeah, the guitars and it's just kind of cool. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have much to add on this one. I feel like the chorus is a little weaker on this song than the first two songs for me.
Yeah. I can see that.
And that's
I also sorry.
Yeah.
Nick.
yeah.
I also love when he's just like promise not to run too far, and then it goes into that instrumental break.
Yeah,
like
yeah, even
there's
if-
something.
Something simple.
Yeah,
but
there's something about that line that I think is just so fudging beautiful. Like, I don't know. Like, I think I just personally associate a lot with that line, and then the way it just plays, like, it's just so fudging beautiful. Anyways, should we move on to Timeless?
yeah, I'm down. Let's
ready.
move on.
Alrighty. Here you go. Here's track 4, Timeless. I love this fucking song. I like it all freaking out, but it's so good. Yeah. I like how the guitars are like bending up, like they're like hitting, but then they're like bending up. That's cool.
A lot of their songs are really slow.
Yeah, tempo wise. This is the kind of song that you love just blasting. Like, it sounds good when you're blasting in a car.
You never see
like the bass kind of sliding sound, you know?
Yeah.
When you're in a car where there's a lot of bass, it's more pummeling. This anthemic is fun. I guess it's my turn for this one. Yeah, what's funny is when I first heard this album, that was the song that really stood out to me too when I first heard it. I just remember thinking like, oh my gosh, this is so fudging cool, you know? And the dude's voice, the way he's just like, you stole the time from me. It's very like passionate sounding. And then having like a softer, you know, love or why are you the one to leave? Like it's just so fudging epic. It's pretty much a breakup song, you know, but it's freaking done in an epic way, and the music is just so freaking beautiful and anthemic. And I like how like during the whole like part where it's like the keys are kind of doing like the main melody, you hear the guitar kind of going like, you know, it's like he's bending the strings to like go a little bit higher during this one part or whatever, you know, and it just sounds really cool because it's just the guitars and the keys together on this album, they really go hand in hand together to create this whole like atmospheric sound, and I think they just do a really good job. So I'm giving it a 10.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a little bit biased towards this song because it is the song that made me like perk up and be like, oh man, these guys got something. I'll give it a 10. I do like this song. I have a very small nitpick. Sometimes I don't like the way it starts because it's like blaring right away, you know? But at the same time, like, so I could go both ways. I like I like it blaring right away in the sense that like, yo, this is what it's all about right away from the get go. You know what I mean? But then other times
Sometimes
I'm like,
it's a little abrasive.
abrasive, yeah. But sometimes I'm in the mood where I'm like, it'd be nice if it started off like quiet and then it kind of built up
Yeah,
and then started
and
like,
then,
you know what I mean? And then started just
that would
going.
actually be
Like,
really cool too.
yeah, I
if
think
they
that
did a
would
little
be-
quiet little guitar melody and then
and just go
busting into it, like that
you
would
know,
be really cool.
I think that would be really cool, you
Yeah.
know, and but at the same time, I do like the whole just to kind of be like
Here it is.
this is what it is. This is, you know, it's not apologetic at all. The sound is not apologetic, you know.
Yeah.
But I really like the chorus, you know. Maybe at the tail end goes on a little bit longer than I would normally,
Yeah.
but. Like I said, I'm a little biased, so I do like this song probably the most on the album.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a 10.
Sometimes when you love a song right away, that's the song that grows the least. Whereas the songs that you don't appreciate as much, those are the ones that like, oh, this is actually cool, and will grow over time. But a lot of times, the ones that you like the most at first, you get burned out of those before you get burned out of the ones that you're kind of like, oh wait, I never noticed that about that one. And yeah.
Right.
What do you think, Chad?
Like I said, not a whole lot to add. I did enjoy that song. I definitely remember it because I think you played it a lot around me.
Yeah.
So I was like,
That's the end. He plays it.
it's definitely got to be up there with 1 and 2. I don't really have like, I'm not able to articulate everything, but yeah, just memorable. It stuck in my head. It was a good song. I did enjoy the lyrics. I'm gonna go with a 9 on that one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
Cool,
ready
cool,
for
cool.
Unfolding?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, this song was a major grower for me. I when I first heard it, I was like, it's okay. And then over the years, I've just been like, yeah, Unfolding.
Yeah, I feel like from this point on, the album's a little bit different. You
Yeah.
know,
I feel like they do a good job at least having variety of songs, you know? Like, that's kind of nice. Krista Bell is the female vocalist in this. It's your turn, Kevin.
Yeah, I will say that ending is kind of cool though. You know, it does end pretty cool. This song, I'll give it a 7. This is the beginning of sort of like where the album is sort of like hit and miss for me. From here on out, it's like hit and miss. And there's nothing like wrong with this song. It just doesn't appeal to my tastes. Like this is more along the spatial kind of ambient stuff instead of the rhythm synth poppy side of things. And I like more of like, you know, the beat and the rhythm and stuff more so than the space. But like, I mean, the guitars do a great job. The female vocals interspersed here and there. I mean, it's not a bad song or anything. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
You know, so like this song this song does kind of go in one ear out the other ear because it feels much more of like just close your eyes and just, you know, absorb it and then let it pass through you and let it move on. And I'm like, I moved on. You know, like I don't know. You know, it just, but the lyrics don't really do much for me. I'll give it a 7 because I don't think it's average. I like it more than average, but I was thinking between 6.5 and 7. But the way it ended was pretty solid too, though. I'll give it a 7.
Yeah. What do you think, Chad?
Yeah.
Did you close your eyes and
Dude, things are passing through me, man, for sure. I was like, no, I actually was closing my eyes when I was listening to it. I think I'm not tired though. I don't know, that song made me close my eyes.
Yeah.
No,
it does paint a nice spatial picture.
Yeah,
like,
but
It's definitely a space song.
dude, they're talking about space.
Dude,
Like,
it's all the space, you know, the satellites are all moving and, you know, we're like trying to figure out what's up there. You know?
what's going on here? Yeah, I really don't have much to say for that, guys. Like, man, I feel like I'm going to be not having much to say on this album, but, man, what do I want to give it? Probably a 7. Like, it's not that I didn't like it, but it didn't blow me away either, though. Just kind of there, that one.
Yeah.
Is it more of a grower, do you feel like?
Oh yeah, dude. I used to like when I first got this album. That song was I hear it and then it just goes. You know the song. It wasn't until like maybe like a year or two of listening to this album that I started realizing how beautiful that freaking song is and started loving the song. And it definitely struggles in the sense that it doesn't really have like a chorus, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Most of the strength is on the vocal leads, like when he's just like, you know. There's that. What is that line? He says there's a part where he's just like the South rising, you know. It's like some of the way the dude sings. It's almost like he's like singing, but almost singing.
Lost
in this void. Yeah, in this freaking space void, you know? It's just like, you know, I just think it sounds so cool. That brought us here, Horizon Breaks, you know, it's just, and then I like that whole behold in tears of black shine, the stars of gold, and then the silent void unfolding, and her voice too, Krista Bell, she does a good job at adding all this ambiance and whatnot to the song, and I guess, here's another little tidbit I read, you know, like, he goes, Ian, you making this stuff up.
You gonna fact check me?
No, but I think I read somewhere that's the thing about the internet, sometimes, like, you'll read something on a site, but then the site will close, so then you can't find that information
no, dude, I
anymore.
freaking
and you're
read
like,
that.
I'm pretty sure I read that. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So take that what it is. I read that they asked her to kind of just do a bunch of different vocal, like random things or whatever, you know. So she recorded herself doing tons of just random kind of vocal melodies and stuff, and then they took all of those melodies and took out the ones that fit the song and whatnot. Thinking about that, like that's really cool. Then hearing how her voice shows up on the song, you know, like, so I think it's just such a freaking beautiful freaking song. So I give it a 10. I don't know if I could defend it enough to be like, come on guys, but because I totally get it, like, you know.
6.5. 6.5.
Man, I did worse. I just dissuaded Chad. I convinced Chad that it wasn't that good. I'm shutting up now. It's okay.
It's just maybe not the song for you, kind of thing. Like,
and who knows, dude? Like, if I throw this album on, like, because I'm gonna try to listen to this more and more, but we'll see what happens with it.
Yeah,
like,
you never know. One thing is the singer dude has a side project called Ison, and it's way more spacier. It's more kind of like this song, and it's pretty cool. But that's kind of what he's been working on now. I think he's the singer of a band called Venus Principle also. So they came out with an album like last year.
Isn't he also in like Crippled Black Phoenix or something?
He
He
was.
did
Yeah.
that one.
He's got a lot of
song,
side-
like the track one on that one.
Yeah,
song,
that
right?
one. Yeah, dude. He's
Yeah.
on.
Got
Yeah,
a lot of side
that.
projects there.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. So I wonder. A part of me wonders if like because. I think he joined Crippled Black Phoenix in like the mid 2010s or something. I think he's either only on 2014 and 2016 and 2018 album or just on 26. I can't remember. Anyways, he was on Great Escape, and I was just like, I remember when that album came out, and I heard because I was already a huge Hearts of Black Science fan, and then I was kind of just like. I got a story to share too. Anyways, when I heard that song, To You I Give, man, I was just like, oh, dude, heck yeah. And I showed my friend Cameron, and I was just like, dude, this song is so fudging dope. And it was cool to hear him sing again because I only had these 3 Hearts of Black Science albums. I didn't see anything else. What's funny is, dude, I think he sang in a stoner rock or stoner metal band too, like in the 2000s. Like, I think that was like his earliest kind of band, but I think it's like one album or something. I've only heard like a little bit of it. Anyways, so here's a little story. What's funny is like, dude, Season of Mist put out like that full album stream for that Crippled Black Phoenix album, and on the intro song they've got like Alan Watts. I didn't know this at the time, but apparently he's a philosopher and a very well known person. I didn't know. So like people were like, who's the person talking on the first song? So then I was like, well. Let me enlighten you guys. So then I was just like, dude, yeah, the singer is, he's like Daniel Angid. He sings for Hearts of Black Science, man, sick voice and whatnot. So I like made this comment, and then everybody's just like, dude, you idiot. Like they're asking who the like voice is, and the person's like, they're talking about Alan Watts, not the singer of the band,
Like, well, the singer's more important than Alan Watts.
And then I left it there, but it was just funny because I was so eager to be like, dude, check this out, Hearts of Black Science,
Just trying to
when they just wanted to know who was like monologuing the little intro track, So, anyways, I thought that was really funny.
That's funny.
So, yeah, you guys ready for Icon, track 6?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I could see how miscommunication.
Yeah,
can happen,
like
they're asking who's on the first song, and there's a couple of people on the first song.
Yeah, they got me. Here is Icon.
All right, let's do it.
It has like that low, like Inception sounding kind of thing, right? Freaking Inception boom. voice is cool in that chorus.
And it reminds me of something, I just don't know why.
Yeah. Some of the other versions of the song have different instrumentation as well. So it's interesting. Yeah. They had a couple of these songs from this album from the DVD in 2013. And they're like really different, like more stripped. says time, like goes high like that.
That's an Ultravox note right there. I mean, even the keyboard pattern and stuff, it sounds like something that they would write.
Yeah. Definitely one of the more straightforward songs on the album, more pop centered. I think it's Chad's turn.
Woo!
Well, Chad.
Woo!
Definitely a 9. I'm going for a 9 on that one. Yeah, guys, like I don't know. I was thinking about 10, but I want to be more careful with my masterpiece throwouts. So
Yeah.
maybe when I listen to this more, I bet you the
Some
ones I
will
like
go.
now are probably gonna get bumped up. But for right now, just a 9. But yeah, just catchy as crap, just poppy sounding, happy. The lyrics weren't too freaking happy, but it's kind of that little back and forth. Plus that there's just little moments in the song too that just sounded so freaking cool. But I mean, I can't recall them or echo them back. But a 9 for me.
Yeah.
Ian, take it away.
I give it a 10. It's definitely one of the more straightforward songs. I feel like sometimes this song I could get tired of quicker than I could some of the other songs, because it's more straightforward. But man, it's got such a fudging strong hook.
Yeah.
That chorus, the way he's just like, I really tried to hold you now. I really tried, but you fade away somehow. In my dreams, even time would die. I love that line. In my dreams, even time would die. You and me could be fine.
Yeah, it could be fine.
Like it could work out. Like there's. I feel like that song is almost like about futility. Like that's just what it kind of like comes across to me as. And if you think about it going into that, the vocalist when he's just like giving it all he's got and stuff makes it so that it's more convincing, Anyways, these two guys, man, Thomas and Daniel, you guys are killing it. Or at least for me, you guys are killing it, So, anyways, I give it 10.
I'll say in between an 8 and an 8.5. I was really getting some like strong Ultravox vibes with this song. The piano parts and even just kind of the vocal melody in the chorus. I was just thinking of that guy, singing Vienna, like it's not the same, like this sounds a little more fuller, but I was definitely like, it felt like if Ultravox wrote.
Would it be an 8 or 8.5 if Ultravox sang it? If it was like
I think it'd be the same. I think it'd be the same. Yeah.
I'm wondering.
I think it'd be the same, but the drums were a little heavier on this song,
Yeah.
that stronger snare sound and whatnot. So I just got some real Ultravox vibes. I'll give it an 8. My biggest complaint with this song is I feel like the talking part kind of meanders a bit for me. The talking part is, when he gets to the chorus, I'm like, awesome, yeah great.
Yeah.
But I feel like the melody, it swivels, and then... I feel like the talking part feels a little aimless for me. That's just me. But yeah, so this song is one that I know, like, you like this song a lot and stuff, and I could see why.
Yeah.
But I think I like track 3 more than this one though.
Yeah.
And I feel like 3 and 6 are similar.
I like 3 more too, but it's hard because I got low 10s and high 10s.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, true. So yeah, I'll give it an 8.
and we were talking. I don't know if you could hear on the camera, but we're talking about how it's got the Inception sound in the beginning. Right? Whoa, like it's just kind of funny. I don't know if you guys caught that, but it sounds like Inception. You guys ready for Waiting?
Mm-hmm.
Man, this song is another one that I'm like, yeah. Oh, I'm like,
It's about that way.
oh, about that Waiting.
This song has been stuck in my head lately.
Yeah.
In the past couple of weeks, I've been like singing it a lot.
Yeah, this song is freaking awesome. All right, here we go. Track 7, Waiting. I freaking love this song.
Sometimes
know that low to lower.
When you're in a car and you hear it drop like that, it sounds cool, you know?
This time I see the road.
It sounds more like track 2 and stuff. Like,
It's not
The drumming reminds me of track 4 in that first section, you know?
yeah, right there. That's the moment. That's the moment.
Yeah. They do the chorus, but they're not doing it yet. They're just giving you a little taste.
Foreshadow. Foreshadow.
Yeah. It lets the song build too, you know? That's so funny hearing this in Hollywood too. I was just like, oh, because I never knew. We'll have to share that when the song's over too. I'll let you share it. Okay.
They didn't test the figures. They changed the rules of everything. I
This
know
from
how to
Hellraiser to this fucking part.
now I know.
You can never go wrong with a boom. You know what I mean? A slide. You can never go wrong with something like that.
Maybe that's a keyboard solo. Hard to tell sometimes. It definitely sounds more keyboard. I like this choir that kind of builds. It's kinda cool. That always sounds on TV or something. Definitely Ultravox solo. Yeah. That keyboard solo at the end sounded like an Ultravox solo. Kind of cool.
All right, this is you, bro.
Yeah. I love this song. I've given it a 10 so far. Don't worry, I'm not giving everything a 10 on this album. Yeah. One thing that popped in my head, I wrote this review for this album on Rate Your Music, and I remember one of my friends like listened to the album from it, and I remember him saying like the fact that this is not in the top 10 for like, you know, dream pop albums on this site is like a travesty or something like that. And I was like, damn straight, man. I was like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, big travesty.
Because like at the time, there's like only like I don't know 40 views or like 40 ratings or
Right.
something, or 50 ratings or something. I don't know. It was really low. So you know,
I am glad you're doing this album because not a lot of people know about this band.
Yeah.
Like that, so I am glad you're.
yeah, I'm spreading it out there. I'm sharing it with friends and people, and
Yeah.
you know, because these guys are so underrated with the quality of their music. I'm just like, so many people should be listening to this. This is such good freaking music. I on a personal note, like I love that whole like chorus part where he's like, my only fear is causing you so much waiting. Around like 5 years ago or so, I felt like I was like not good enough for someone else or whatever, like in a like relationship, and I felt like, well, when am I gonna be able to like be perfect enough or like get my crap together enough? Like my fear was causing this person, the perfect person out there for me, to have to wait for me to get my crap together. You know what I mean? And it was just kind of like a messed up way of thinking on relationships or like human development or whatever, But I was really stuck in trying to be like, get all my crap together, be this
No,
perfect person.
you let them wait for you. No, you let them wait.
Yeah. So anyways, so that was just kind of like, I loved that line, the whole like, my only fear is causing you so much waiting, like there's just something really it's not as sad to me anymore, but like at the time
Right.
it hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
Every time I listened to this song was just like, it always hit me like a ton of bricks, and I'd be like walking from the metro and listening to this album. And anyways, I also just all the lyrics in this song are really cool. But one thing that is kind of funny, this is a newer revelation. Last year, Kevin was like, so Kevin and Chad are more into horror movies, and they dragged me along. Like, I enjoy them, I enjoy them with you guys. It's definitely fun to watch them with you, but I would never watch them on my own. Like, I would never,
We got them, ladies and gentlemen. We got them.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got them. So we did like a Hellraiser night where we watched like the first two Hellraisers, and I don't think I'd ever seen Hellraiser before. Like, I'd seen certain scenes, and I remember seeing a little bit when I was a kid and stuff.
Right.
Like, I knew some scenes, like, so I wasn't completely foreign to it, but I just never really knew the whole story and whatnot.
Yeah, I've seen all the scenes. Like, what are the violent
Like, what are
parts?
the
I've seen the
when
gore
horror, like,
scenes.
what are the crazy horror stuff,
I know
but,
Pinhead, but
like and anyways, there's the little like talking part in this part before it goes to the last chorus, and it was from Hellraiser 2. The lady, she's like, I don't remember what she says, but she's just like, you're the something something, and now I'm the evil queen, and it's just like, it was cool that they have like, just like Never Ending Story was on an earlier song, it's cool that they have all these 80s movies, like little sound clips, through it and whatnot. I think that's kind of cool. So anyways, 10, I love that freaking song. The little keyboard bit, the little premonition, the way it builds, it's an awesome freaking song.
I feel like you kind of summed it up already. I'll give it a 9.5. I do like this song. This is a song that I didn't really... This is one of the later songs that I got into. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
the later half of the album was harder for me. But this song is great. That melody always gets stuck in my head, and I'll be wandering around, and I'm like... I'm calling you, and I'll just like be like wandering around the house, going like so much waiting, and I'll just be wandering around.
Yeah.
And I like
where
this
you going,
song.
bro?
Yeah, I know, right? I was just wandering around, And it's a cool song. I like this song. It's definitely grown on me over the years, and so not much more to add, but pretty solid.
Yeah. What do you think, Chad?
I'm gonna go with an 8 on that one, or 8.5. Like I said, I need to listen to this more and like just give more of a chance. Let things stick more. Like it's not like, I mean, there is stuff like a lot going on, I guess, but it's just some stuff's just not sticking like other songs yet. So
Yeah.
but I did enjoy it. I did like the lyrics, but other than that, I really don't have much else to say.
Is it kind of similar to sometimes we'll share like power metal stuff where you're like, at the moment it sounds like pretty cool, but you're kind of on the edge of like, not sure if I would get into it, but at the same time, I could see myself getting into it.
With
Like, is it
this,
kinda-
I do feel like I could get into this a lot more because like with power metal, I still like power metal, but I'm still listening to a lot of like other kinds of metal.
Yeah.
So that kind of takes up like my metal listening. But with this, I don't have any metal that sounds like this.
This
So
feels
it's like,
a little.
yeah, like whenever I'm in the mood for this, I'm definitely gonna throw this on. So
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that's the thing is, man, like there's just not enough time in the day, not enough time in life to get
listen
into
to
everything.
like I was even talking a little bit like with prog metal. I don't know if it's gonna be a genre I'm gonna get really steeped into, or if it's just gonna be like cherry picked or. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
Death metal was like that for me. I cherry picked albums that I really enjoyed, and so I'd be like, oh yeah, only Stigmata from Arch Enemy. That was the only album I listened to,
Burning Bridges.
and only, and then I got into Burning Bridges later. But you know, but you start with one album that you like get into and stuff, and then you start branching
Yeah.
out. And, you know,
First there's Expanding, then there's Layers
right.
of Lies.
Yep, Expanded
First
Senses was the
Damage
first.
Done,
First
and
was
Character.
Damage Done, you know, and,
Yeah.
and then you kind of branch out as far as you want to branch out, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I will say this chorus, doesn't this chorus remind you a little bit of We Saw the Moon? You know,
A little bit,
it's
yeah.
got similar like vibes
Yeah.
and keyboards and you know,
Yeah. It's definitely similar. Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
We Saw the Moon
yeah.
is fudging amazing.
Yeah.
You guys ready for Falling Away?
Yeah.
Looks like we're in the last little bit. I mean, some of these songs are a little bit longer, but Parallax is just like a short minute and a half. Here is Falling Away. This one's definitely more dreamy, spacey, so be warned. Get ready, guys.
Prepare yourself.
It's more dreamy. It's more like track 5 kind of stuff.
Like if there would be something to listen to that you could tell us, what would you tell us to listen for? Like
I mean, I like the lyrics a lot in this song. I mean, I like kind of just like the little twinkly sounds and stuff. This is like probably one of my least favorite songs, but I still really like it. Like, I like how it kind of builds, you know? I don't know. I think it's a good song still. Just be patient, guys. Just be patient. Enjoy the spaciness, the zen quality.
Right, there's one guy out there who really loves this song, and it's like you guys are talking through the whole damn thing.
I know, for real. Yeah, this one's good. This song and track 5 both were the two that had to grow on me the most. I think they're beautiful now, but it took a while.
I just see this for me like a closer song, it's a quiet closer.
To like an 80s movie, you know? They're like talking. I never thought you felt that way about me, you know? And it's like playing this in the background. I always felt like that way with you, Trish, you know? Let's go walk up now.
Okay, Tommy.
I know, okay, Tommy. See you at the, you know, like, roller rink track. Roller It's like now, I like that line a lot. That's a great line. sounds like someone's playing music from the room next door. You know, the way it's all distant sounding.
twinkle. Yeah, I guess it's my turn. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5. I think I do like track 5 a little bit more than this one because I like those female backing vocals. Like 5 feels a little bit more like monumental. This one, I mean, it's fitting because, you know, they even use the word lullaby. This song is really lulling. You know what I mean? It's really lulling and stuff. It just doesn't quite do it for me. So yeah, I'll give it a 6.5.
Let's see. Man, I'm kind of forgetting what 5 even sounded like.
Oh, to compare the score with it.
To compare the score.
Yeah, I guess you gave 5 a 6.5.
I guess I actually started liking it more towards the end, to tell you the truth. That was like probably like a lot more. I like
More
the ending more. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with a 7 on that one.
The emptiness. I just felt like that song was very dreamlike, very lullaby, very soothing. But the other one was a lot more passionate. Yeah.
I actually agree with you, Kevin. This one is way more chill. It's one of the weakest songs for me. I still think it's great, and I think the lyrics really make this song a lot for me. Like, I love when he says, sleep walking past love, you know? I love that whole sentiment. Like, you know, like, man, you're sleepwalking past love.
Somnambulist,
man. Yeah.
Past love.
Sorry. And then it's like real. You want somebody real, you know? And I think that's really cool. So I think I'm going to give this one maybe an 8.5. Some days I have it higher, and some days I have it lower, depending on my mood. You know,
right? Yeah.
I think sometimes I've given it a 9. Like sometimes headphones. I'm just like, man, this song is really hitting. And then other days I'm kind of just like, you know, it's great, but you know, whatever. Like, let's get to, you know, we saw the moon. You know, so you know, it's still an awesome song, but you know, not as nearly as cool as the first 7 for me.
Right.
You guys ready for Wolves at the Border?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
This one also has female vocals, so this one's pretty dope.
Is it the same girl?
No.
Like throughout? Oh, it's different.
No, different girl for this song, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This girl was a singer for Draconian. They're like a doom metal band.
Yeah. Where are these guys from again?
100% sure it's but listening to this one and the demo version is really interesting because the demo doesn't have her voice. It's only like them and them singing and stuff. It's really, really interesting. We won't do those bonus demo ones, but you know,
Really eye opening.
yeah, it's really eye-opening. You know? Just kind of cool. I like how it's like on and off thing or whatever. That whole like beat. You like think it's like a oh yeah like this or something, but then it's like it's on the off like I don't know, kind of cool. This song is kind of a little bit more haunting in a way. Banshee.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Enigma and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
very much like
Very Enigma-y.
Dead Can Dance, and they kind of like that.
Yeah.
too, like Dead Can Dance. you
This
know?
definitely has some Dead Can Dance vibes.
Just
Lisa Gerrard.
Lisa Gerrard.
Yeah.
Lisa Gerrard going at it.
We know our influences. We know our stuff. Yeah, we know our stuff.
I know those names you guys were saying.
You know the dead guys. It's like- Then I like this song. This song's cool. This is also more like Ison too, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Vibe and stuff. Because she sings on like some of the Ison albums. I don't think she's a part of Ison anymore, but like she was from the first two albums. So this is kind of more where they took this.
I do like him coming in right here. Though.
Yeah. I love what he's going for.
You know, I like where
I
he
know.
goes for it.
Me too, dude. When he sings I'm just like, yeah. Them slow tempos.
I know.
A lot of times I'm like double timing all the songs, you know, just to bob faster.
double bass, like a lot of double bass.
Like some growls and some
Yeah,
heavy
yeah.
riffs.
All right, what do you say for that one, Chad?
That was almost like hypnotizing at times. Dang. I was actually really digging that. I'm gonna go with a 9 on that one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry, I don't have I don't have a lot to say, so you guys take it away and give the people what they want.
Yeah, I will do that.
Dude, Chad, the people want you though.
That song, sometimes I range between a 9 and a 10. Like sometimes I was really feeling it this time, but I do feel like part of it is kind of like a little bit too long,
Yeah.
for what it is. Like I feel like it takes a little while for it to get going, But man, those vocals are freaking good.
Yeah,
like
dude.
his voice and her voice.
Yeah.
It's so fudging beautiful. And I love that lyric where he's like, sometimes denial unties like a rope, Like I love that line. Like
Unfolds.
yeah, like dude, man, I think the lyrics on this album are just really, really good. They're very like simple, but they're very effective, Like there's not a lot of drawn out lyrics, like there's not a ton of words, but the words that are used are usually like pretty good. So I'm giving it a 10 today.
I'll give it an 8.5. I do like it more than track 6, but I think I like it a little less than track 3. So between a 9 and an 8, where does that land? 8.5. Yeah, I feel like the song is a little bit long. I do like that chorus part, but some of the other sections get drawn out.
Yeah.
I get a little bit lost, like the talking part. Even the intro part, like I wanted something a little bit more with the intro section, and I don't know. It's definitely, a more spacier song and whatnot, but yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do like it though when he hits those high notes. Those high notes are like where we're like, oh yeah, that's what's up.
I was trying to figure out what this quote that in this next song was, but I can't find it. I'm not really sure what they have this from.
Oh yeah, the little talking.
Yeah,
excerpt
the
or
little
whatever.
talking that they this song and the bonus track Witches both have excerpts, and I'm not sure what those are from.
Oh.
One day I'll probably just go online and try and type what I hear and see what I could find, because today you're just getting half of them.
Probably,
half of the movie quotes.
Well, we'll just have to watch Hellraiser 3, 4, and 5. Right?
Just to see.
Or Never Ending Story too.
Yeah, Never Ending Story too.
Yeah, so actually, going back, I think I am going to give it a 9.5 for that last one.
Yeah.
The chorus is fudged amazing, but yeah, some of the talking parts, it takes too much time.
Yeah. It's a long song. I think it's like 6 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's
Dang,
pretty
really? It
long.
was 6
Yeah.
dang.
Yeah, 6 minutes. Yeah, very hypnotizing though.
Yeah.
It pulls
No,
you in.
I thought it did. I was just kind of,
Yeah. So the next track is "We Saw the Moon." This one is a probably top 3 song on this album for me. Man, I freaking love this song. So I'm just prefacing that to I hope you guys all love it too.
love it.
Here we go. Here's "We Saw the Moon." I can't cover up for that. This is like 1950s guy and shit. Like, get a hold of yourself, going crazy. Experiments are wild, They're all just very hamming it up. This is just so fudging beautiful, man. Gosh dang it. Very soothing.
Mother Sky, Father
Dude, I love when he just gives it all in his voice. Like, his vocals are fucking awesome.
Dude, Chad, you've come a long way where like synth and keyboard and piano is like a, you know, you've come a long way.
Yeah.
I remember like back in the day listening to power metal with you guys, I'd be like, is that a keyboard? Like, what's going on here?
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Just like that, you know? This ending part, I love it when it's blasting and whatnot, like just those couple minutes. I love that.
Is that how you do it?
That's how you do
That's how you
it.
do it?
That's how you fucking do it.
That's how you do it?
That's how you do it, man.
Fucking do it. How you fucking do
Yeah, that was classic. This song is really like kind of romantic, you know? It's kind of a romantic song. His like inflections in that last bit, the way he says things is just so cool. And then you have the more like static keyboard stuff. You know, like that is more less committed, you know. And this part sounds really cool when you're hearing it on headphones or when it's blasting around you. Like the sound just is so much more, I don't know, it's really cool. You know. This song reminds me of like a Silent Voice or something. Like, something with that vibe, you know, something.
Fireworks.
The fireworks, yeah, it's like Silent Voice.
Like an anime.
A little sad, but also really beautiful. Yeah.
All right, bro.
That's how you fudging do it. That's how you do it, man.
So
I,
what do you give that one?
I'm giving that one a 10. I love that song. I think it's so freaking beautiful. And I love Daniel's vocals during that last kind of chorus. The way he's just like, oh, we saw the moon. He's just going off. And it's just freaking beautiful. It's, yeah, probably one of my favorites on the album. Not much to say. I just think it has a great build up, and that whole like last couple minute part is really beautiful, and then, like you almost like fell into the lake now, and you're just like you don't even care, you know. It's just like, man, come over me waves, man. Bring
Yo, it's on
some
the
waves. Yo, float in the sea, man. Yeah, no, I've looked at the moon at night while listening to this song, being like, yeah, this is pretty cool.
Oh, no,
You know?
elevate the experience.
Elevate
yeah.
the experience, you know, put yourself in the moment, you know. No, but I love that song. I think it's really cool.
I'll give it a 9.5. It is probably like in my top 3 for sure, though. I do like that song a lot. There's something about it that I just really like, man. And when he says rising, that's like the metal moment for me. You know, the way he's like, rising, you know, and I'm like, dude, like put in like a metal vocalist or whatever doing that you know, that it's like vroom, like vamped up, you know, and I'm like, that's a metal moment right there, you know, and it's not metal music, but like that.
He's giving it as well.
Yeah, it's metal in spirit, you know.
Metal.
Yeah, and I like the talking part too. The way it's like, we, like it's almost like orchestral. It's almost like, you know, when you listen to a classical piece, you know, when they end a piece, sometimes they'll be like, you know, and then just. You know, like as a
like
sort
gently
of
kind of
you know, and it's I don't know, man, it's a cool song. I like it. I don't know if I give it a 10, but yeah, it's definitely like probably my top 3 for the album. Yeah.
It's definitely up there with the ones I really do like. I'm going with a 9 on that one.
Oh, Chad saw the moon, man.
I saw the
Chad
fudging
saw the
moon.
moon.
What's this like? I don't know, just the whole surreal, dreamlike, hypnotic. Like I don't know. I like the vibe they're going for. Sorry guys, I use vibe. I hate when people say vibe, but I like the vibe, man. Yeah, I don't have much else to add. Just a 9 for that one. And it helps that I really enjoy his voice too. Like he does have an awesome voice.
Yeah.
True. So this is the last song on the regular album. It's called Signal. It's instrumental. So there's nothing for us to read, but are you guys ready for Signal?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go.
Do it to it, lives. It will be my honor, Tony.
I think sometimes this song I get bored, but then some other times I'm like, man, that's really good, you know? Who knows where it'll end tonight? But I do feel like this music does hit you more when you're listening to it on headphones and you're alone, you know? Like it's more impactful. Dude, that right there is the signal. It's bringing us home.
That looks to me, that's like an IQ album, man. You know what I mean? That looks like an IQ album.
Yeah.
It's IQ.
It's a prog band. Yeah, it's just called IQ. And it,
Of course, a prog band would be called IQ.
Yeah, I know, right? For real.
yeah, true that, man.
Sounds almost orchestral in a way.
Yeah. Sounds like something for Interstellar. You know? like
Yo, man, Interstellar, Inception, Interstellar.
Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's pretty cool. Definitely way more orchestral though.
Next month we do gotta get on top of that Vegas Rock ticket and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, when is that happening?
It's like June, July.
Okay, would you guys care if Brad and Mitzi came with us? I kind of invited them, but
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah. It's cool, dude. More the merrier.
And it's like have a babysitter or something like that.
well, it looks like we're going stag.
So, is Brad bringing his wife?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. God, gosh, I gotta find someone.
Don't do that to me. Do not do that to me.
No, it doesn't matter.
I feel so awkward, dude. I just
Yeah, no, I'm cool with just going, yeah. Yeah, sometimes I do feel like this piece is pretty beautiful, though.
I definitely a cool closer.
Yeah.
Sorry we're talking.
Yeah, that's alright. It's alright. I'm messing. No, I don't
It's okay.
mind.
Just don't do it again.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Ever.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I think it does close the album pretty well, you know.
Kind of back to the intro, back to some of the feelings. Of
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
They should have just ended that going. You know what I mean? Like, I thought
Yeah.
that would be kind of cool.
Yeah. So I guess this is your turn, Kevin. I'm
Yeah.
okay with counting that because it's long enough. It doesn't feel like an inch, like a.
Like it's all.
It feels like
song.
it feels like my own song, you know.
I'll give it a 7. Maybe I liked it a little more than Falling Away, but depending on the day, it's either a 6 or a 7. Today, I'm a lot more immersed. I'm more impressed with like the lyrics and whatnot. And so this is definitely like I get when I listen to this album, I get a little bit let down with this closer. But I don't know. After the high of like We Saw the Moon, it feels
That's hard.
I don't know
yeah.
if it's I don't know if it.
That might
guess-
be hurting you. Becoming hard after that song.
Yeah, I feel like there's
Yeah.
maybe a placement thing or something. But I don't know. It is fitting. I don't know. It's just sometimes it doesn't. I think it more often misses for me than hits kind of
Yeah.
thing. You know. But tonight it's hitting a little more. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. What do you give it, Jed?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with just like a 6, like 6.5. 6.5.
Yeah.
Too classical,
Too classical.
huh? No, it's,
No, like I did think it was like a cool closer though. Like I know we're gonna do the bonus tracks, but yeah,
Right.
just kind of closing out with that. Like nothing great, but it didn't suck either. Just
Yeah.
6.5 for me.
pleasant. It was pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give it an 8. I think it's really pretty. I think it's cool closer. Not a lot to say about it though. It's like my least favorite. Like I never go out of my way to listen to it.
Right.
But I enjoy it when I'm closing like the album off or whatever. So, yeah. So we're gonna just do 2 bonus tracks. There's 4 bonus songs in this, but 2 of them are just demos of like other songs.
Right.
So instead, we're gonna do Parallax, and then we're gonna do Witches. Parallax is like a 1.5-minute instrumental, so I figured we could just play Parallax and then just go straight into Witches,
Okay.
and then we'll just judge Witches. You know.
That's fine. Yeah.
So here is Parallax, and we're gonna just go right into Witches.
Cool.
I actually really like Witches. I think Witches are pretty cool.
What was that?
I wonder
Different ambience here.
Yeah, I wonder if this was like kind of an unused idea or something. I don't know. A little mysterious. These 2 bonus tracks really do feel like bonus tracks, though. You know, like in the context of the album, like track Witches would be weird in the regular album. You know, I still think it's cool, but
I think sometimes
it makes sense.
like bands like there's this misconception that like bonus tracks are like the song that didn't make it. The throwaways, yeah. But I think like a lot of times it's probably just because it just doesn't fit the album. You know?
nice.
Hmm.
I know, I love their little sample clip things.
I love when bands do that. Like, it's just cool. Especially if it references like a movie that you and it adds something to the song. Like,
I remember this one.
Yeah.
I don't listen to this song that much though, just because.
Not on the hard drive yet.
Yeah. But I know you've played it around me.
Yeah. I really thought it was
Boom, but
Wait, there it is. I like how you guys just saw my head go like that.
We're all just watching.
Yeah. Did I throw off any of you guys by doing that or no?
I wasn't even trying because I don't know the song real well.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna come in harder, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't playing.
Just the random thumbs up.
Looks for the random thumbs up.
Yeah.
Guys, you're so sneaking into the video.
Yeah. Just randomly, just that'd be funny, dude. At random moments, just like look at the camera. So many times we forget it's on, but like just as like a.
What's happened, Mr. Russell? The witch. The witch has the pictures. Destroyed it. Mr. Russell, how? Shadow of the cross. Use the cross. Adjure the old creatures of thought by the living God.
You looking at it?
I'm trying to find it. You know, I don't know.
Oh, the devils.
No, I don't know if that's going to be the real movie.
You don't think that's it?
I don't know.
Oh, damn.
I need to find the movie quote. Anyways, it's from some old movie. It sounds really freaking old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whose
Alright,
turn
so,
is it? Is it Chad's? I
It's-
think.
yeah, I think
Yeah, it's
it's
Chad's. Yeah, I did signal.
Yeah, I don't know, the parallax leading to the witches. I was digging it. I think I am getting a little tired too, so that
Yeah.
might be
Yeah.
weighing in on it. But man,
I'm getting a little tired.
I'm gonna go with a 9. 8.5. 8.5.
8.5. All right, Kevin.
Sorry,
No,
I
you're
don't
up.
have more to add.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
up.
your
Yeah,
turn.
you're right.
Sorry.
What am I doing?
okay.
Yeah, I give it 8.5. I do feel like I wish the song had more to it. I think what they did with it is really awesome. Like, it's still a great song. And I like the little sound clips and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And the lyrics are cool. But I just wish that there's more to it, you know. Like it feels like an incomplete song. Like it, I don't know. Anyways, but I still like it though. I still think it's a pretty cool idea. But what do you think, bro?
I'll give it a 6. I think it's probably my least favorite because the vocal melody was not all that interesting to me. It just kind of was a repeat, you know?
Yeah.
And it just, maybe because it just felt a little incomplete, like just relying on the and that vocal part. I kind of wanted something a little bit more to it, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, a little above average, but yeah, probably like a 6. Yeah.
I'm going to add up the scores. Do you want to close your thoughts, Chad, first, and then Kevin, you'll close yours, and then I'll close out the video?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting a lot more into synth pop. Thank you guys for getting me into the 80s stuff and the new stuff. Like, there's a lot of bands to check out. Hopefully, and these guys are really freaking good, and it's just crazy that, like, you're never gonna find these guys, like, so it's cool that, like, Ian's pushing it out there, and hopefully more people listen to these guys. Pretty awesome. I'm gonna give them more of a chance, but I thought it was a pretty awesome album.
Yeah, I enjoyed this time going through it, and I'll be honest, I've been a little bit antsy, you know, lately, these past couple of weeks. Like, I'm like, hey, Ian, are you getting better? Ian, are you feeling better? Dude, we got to do a video. Hey, how are you feeling today? You know, because, like, it is enjoyable to do these albums and whatnot. You know, part of me was kind of like, you know, I've gone through this album a lot. You know, we'll see how it goes. But I'm thinking of all the ambient parts where I'm like, oh, man, this might be a little bit hard to get through.
Rough.
But I didn't have any difficulty getting through this album at all this time. You know, but sometimes when I'm like working or doing something, you know, sometimes my brain kind of, you know,
Need something faster.
Yeah, like it kind of turns off, and then the album, like 3 songs go by, and then I'm just like, man, it's not keeping my attention or whatever. But that's more so because of the ambient side of this album, you know. But yeah, I'm glad we went through.
Hey, don't
this
blame
album.
the ambience. Don't blame the ambience.
Blame my brain. I'm having a hard time.
blame yourself.
Having a hard time paying attention.
Yeah, you know, work on that.
ADD.
Yeah, a little ADD action. But I'm glad we went through this album. It is enjoyable, you know. I did want to, as a side note, real quick, we've been, you know, talking, and I just want to say, like, you know, shout out to everybody, like, watching our videos. It's really cool, and it motivates us to keep doing this, and hopefully we can give something a little back to all of you guys watching, because, you know, that's what we want to do, is just like, dude, get into music, enjoy it, you know. There's a lot to really delve into, and you can get a lot in your life through music. And it's something that's always been there for all of us, and we're glad to share it and to talk about it. But we also, like, thank you to everyone watching and sharing your thoughts with us, because it's motivating, and, like, it means a lot. So anyways, thanks for everyone. That's all I gotta say about Hearts of Black Science, though, bro. If you want to take away the scores and then close out the video,
Okay. So I gave it the highest score. No secret there. I gave it a 9.54. Kevin gave it the second highest. He gave it an 8.37. And then Chad gave it the lowest with an 8.2. So the grand total that all three of us collectively give it is an 8.7. So pretty high up there, you know, pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like my score makes sense for me. You know, I thought it would be like I like it, but it's not a masterpiece for me. But
So it didn't quite get into the 9s for you.
Right. Yeah. Not quite. But,
I really love this album. I'm glad we were able to do it. There's just something about this album that I feel like is really unique. There's not too many albums that I have that can really, like, combine so much catchiness with so much epic spaciness, you know, together with heart, like, I guess, I don't know about heart pounding, maybe that's personal association, but, like, really, like, introspective lyrics that, you know, really kind of hit you. I just feel like this album has everything going for it. I think it's a fantastic release. I think it's a fantastic band. I hope they're still making music. Who knows? I remember in 2017, one of them posted something on their Facebook saying, like, here's some more music, but that was 5 years ago, so who knows what happened since then. So who knows? But at least we got 3 freaking awesome albums from them, you know, that we could keep on enjoying. And anyways, so I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Yeah, thanks for watching, and this is Hearts of Black Science.
Yo, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Hearts of Black Science.
We're getting tired. This is Forgotten Legends of Sound. Have a good night.
What are we? We are Dark Age.